Hello everyone, in this video I will present the formula generation feature. To launch the interface, open the Chat Copilot task pane, click on Examples, and select Formula Generation. The idea behind this feature is that you can ask the Copilot to generate one or more formulas for you based on a requirement description. You can freely state your requirements. You can mention additional information such as the range of the data the formula will use, the expected output values, and more. The Copilot will use relevant workbook content, business knowledge, and Excel expertise to provide you with appropriate formulas. Let's demonstrate this with a few examples. Let's look at this example. Given a list, I want to get the items that occur exactly 3 times using a formula. To do so, I can explicitly tell the Copilot the input range and my requirement by saying, I have a list of names in A1 to A10. Could you provide a formula to return a column of names that occur exactly 3 times? I can also append the expected output by saying, with the current data, I expect to get Amber and T. Then I press Generate it. The Copilot returns a formula with an explanation. I can copy the formula, paste it into my workbook, and it works. Here is another example. Given this table, I want to get the unique categories and the total expenses for each category by one formula. So I enter my requirement in the field in the interface. I have some data in A1 to G10. Can you give me one formula to generate a list of unique categories and sum the expenses for each category? The Copilot is able to return a sophisticated formula. Note that although the data range I provided was quite vague, the Copilot reviews data and determines the exact input references needed to construct the formula. I copy the formula to the workbook, and it returns the correct table, except for one row with 0 values. We can further ask the Copilot by saying, is it possible to remove the empty category from the result? The Copilot then returns an amended formula, which gives us a perfect result. As you can see, we can truly interact with the Copilot to find the exact formula we need. In this example, we have a table of investments. For each investment, a fixed amount is contributed monthly over a given number of years. We would like to calculate the future value of each investment. We enter the following prompt in the interface. From data in A1 to D5, can you give me the formula to calculate the future value of each investment? The Copilot then analyzes the data, applies its business knowledge and Excel expertise, and returns the formulas for each row. We can further interact with the Copilot by asking questions such as, can you provide one array formula for this? The Copilot returns an array formula, which we copy into the worksheet, and it works perfectly. To sum up, with the formula generation feature, as long as you describe your requirements in natural language, the tool will attempt to use workbook content, business knowledge, and Excel expertise to build formulas for you. Creating formulas is the first and most essential step in working with spreadsheet formulas. And the formula generation feature makes this process easier than ever before.